Good morning, Lumberjack hockey fans. 11 o'clock in the morning. We're getting ready to get started here. You want the camera? Got to put the headset on. What's that? Jerry's right down there if you want. Okay. So good morning, everybody. We are just about to get ready to get started. Just under 5 minutes left on the warm-up clock. Do you like your hang tight, baby? Real quick. Not bad. And you can hear me. Okay. You can talk if I ask you a question. If you're too loud, this button turns your ears up and down. Second one here. How do you like that? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Not too loud?
Not too loud.
Not too soft? All right, you're in charge. Uncle Tony on the camera. It's official. He's got the headset on.
Hello.
He's run the camera. He's never run the headset before, so way to go, Uncle Tony. Brother-in-law Tony for me. All right, everybody, so 4:02 here in the clock. We are looking at Bloomington Jefferson. So back in the day, Tony, when I was at Hopkins, we had to get through Bloomington Jefferson, Edina, Minnetonka, and Wayzata to get to state. It was always, and that's when Bloomington Jefferson was a powerhouse.
And Eden Prairie.
And no, but that was pre-Eden Prairie.
Oh, that was Suburban
in
West.
86,
yeah.
Eden Prairie wasn't much yet.
They were Suburban West.
Yeah.
You're right.
But, yeah, now Eden Prairie's a powerhouse. So we're looking at Bloomington Jefferson here. Let's get a quick count. We got 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Looks like 13, 14 players, 2 goalies, so that's 12 skaters. And looking at your Jags here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16 with 2 goalies, so 14 skaters. Bloomington Jefferson is the number 1 seed. They're 2-0 on the weekend, so they're wearing the home whites. Blue helmets, white jerseys, white socks, trimmed in light blue and black, it looks like. So they finished 2-0 so far, while your Lumberjacks, in their home aways, they're the number 2 seed, by virtue of the tie yesterday, which officially went down as a tie. So we had to go to a tiebreaker system, I believe, and we won that. But lo and behold, we are in our dark navy with white trim, navy helmets, navy socks, and they're looking good. Haven't been in the darks this weekend yet. So we're going to be off and running here 2.5 minutes. Looking forward to it. We got bench cam, goalie cam 1, goalie cam 2. That's Uncle Tony's camera, and that one's mine. So the system's already dumbed down the Wi-Fi a little bit for us. So we're going to try and put out a little less quality signal and make sure we can get it through. So we'll keep you posted. Looks like to start the first period here, I see George out there. Going to get a period of JV in here. And probably wouldn't surprise me if there's one more varsity player that came down to visit us. Get your read on that when I see it. Oh, and Wongberg. So Wongberg and George down to start here. I was understanding Kelly Carlson, who had not been feeling well at all, just kind of went downhill Monday night, might be out on the ice here today. We'll see if we got her. And there she is, just taking the puck, getting the shot off. So there's your Jack cam. There you go, Tony. You got it. We'll do the side-by-side with the Bloomington Jefferson. So this is the Jaguars. I'll get the scorebook right here. It's going to be the first period. How you liking the headset over there, Uncle Tony?
I like it.
Isn't that kind of nice? Never had that before, did we?
No. Very professional, Doug.
We're trying. Scoreboard's up. Oop, we got to flop those around. Hang tight. So, actually, we can leave them that way.
Happy New Year's Eve, everyone.
There you go. Good plan. Kind of a little snowy outside. I haven't looked to see how long that's going to last.
Roads are a little messy.
Is it supposed to keep going all day, or is it going to quit?
I don't think so.
Well, that's good.
I think it's going to quit. Hey.
You want to run the? Yeah, he likes running the camera, doesn't he? All right. TJ's in. Unky's out.
I can do both. I don't mind.
I
Yeah.
don't mind either if you want to.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Doug.
Hey.
How's it going
this morning?
Doing well. Doing well. I had some meetings in St. Paul this morning I went to.
Nice. Get a little work out of the way.
Yeah, and, we're staying over in Woodbury as well, so we're just remarking that, man, the weather this weekend down here, it's a tough weekend to be driving all around the metro
wants
area.
To be down here.
Yeah,
anyway, right?
Oh my goodness.
Get his butts back up north.
It's sloppy. So.
TJ back on the color for us here, everybody. Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you, my friend.
Thank you.
I was hoping that they would end up playing Bloomington Jefferson. So Bloomington Jefferson is one of those historical high school hockey teams. Kind of a hockey powerhouse, located in the Twin Cities. Mid '90s, 2000s, very strong
go back into
teams.
the '80s. So when I was in Hopkins, we had to go through Edina, Minnetonka, Jefferson, and Wayzata to get to state.
Yeah.
So and we were a powerhouse in the '80s too. Oh
yeah. And I grew up in Elk River, and so Elk River and Bloomington Jefferson in the 90s
so you
were some
knew about
of
all
the
that.
big
So
teams. Yeah.
Byron to start the game here. Larson on the right wing. Frank on defense. Fuller's going to be the left winger. Winkler's going to start the other side of the D with Frank. Yeah, the girls kind of got out of order there, but we made it through.
And Bloomington Jefferson, their white jerseys trimmed in that baby blue.
That darn baby blue.
Yeah, it's I think it's sharp though.
Trademark blue.
Yeah, it's not a color that you often see in high schools, and so I think their jerseys are just sharp, and it's the same style that they've had when I was in high school in the '90s. Doug, I'm sure the same thing with you. You just have that cursive script across the front.
Yeah, very traditional. So yesterday when they didn't get us an anthem.
Looks like we'll get one here. Nope.
Yeah. Ain't that?
Not at all. I guess not. No, we didn't have one yesterday either.
All right, Tony, you're on the camera. She's all yours.
Yeah. So for Bemidji, it's going to be a tough game for him, Doug. And so as you look at Bloomington Jefferson, strong team, so good skaters, skilled as well. And so for Bemidji, super important to come out of the gate playing strong. Yesterday they were a little slow coming out of the gate in that first period, and you certainly don't want to replicate that here today. Also, just with some differences, you had the injury yesterday with Issa, and so
throwing us off. But you know what? Championship Sunday or Wednesday right here. Yeah. If you can't get up for these games, refs checking with Jefferson, checks with Byron. Scorekeeper's good, puck's down. We are underway. Jefferson controlling off the face-off here, trying to get around Frank. She takes her into the corner, but still has the puck. Now dishes it back behind the net. Still with it. Fuller tried to trap and get out of the zone. Now she does.
Good poke.
Carlson in there to help. Fuller getting pushed from behind. She's going to throw it in on net, actually. I'll take my clipboard there.
Oh, yeah, you get
and
some
the
stats.
Jacks get the first shots on goal here. Tony had the camera all whole way. Way to go, Tony.
Yeah. Just going to adjust these audio levels a bit.
I love it when you adjust the audio. That way, hopefully, I should put little marks on there where we should keep them.
Yeah.
Face-off's down. Throw the puck out. Comes out to Winkler. George out there. George shoots. Saved by the goalie. Wanberg as well, along with Knudsen. This one's going to rim around the back. Jefferson's going to pick it up, try and move it off the half wall. That's going to be picked off by George. He makes a quick move around the winger. That's much quieter there, TJ.
Yep, now we got it better.
Frank, behind her own net, does a spinorama, but the Jaguar was there waiting for her. She's 1-on-2. Winkler in there to help. George gets tripped over a stick. Winkler comes away with it. She's getting chased from behind. Tries to get it in deep. And here come the Jaguars the other way. Actually, we got Lossing out there, so 3 girls coming down for a period here. Grand picks it up coming through center. She'll throw it in deep. And they'll wrap it around the near wall. Lossing there to pinch. Gets by her. And Jefferson throws it all the way up ice. And they do call it icing. So that'll bring us all the way back. Looks to the right of the Jaguar goalie here.
Yeah, Bemidji be back into the offensive zone. And so Bemidji kind of coming out of the gate, playing well. So going back and forth between Bloomington, Jefferson, and Bemidji here.
So this is Pemberton, Novak, and Grand. Runnigan and Lossing on defense. Jaguars driving in deep here, trying to center. Lossing gets it around to Novak. Now back to the D for the Jaguars. Shot low. Leader in. Looks like got tipped out front. Jaguars from the corner. Still come away with it. And out to center we go. Stolen by Novak. Tried to hit Grand, but didn't get a lot of mustard on it. Lossing's going to pick it up. Gets thrown off her stick. Pemberton with it. That didn't work. Now Lossing sees a little green space. Gets knocked off her stick, but Larson's going to pick it up. And correctly was offside, so now the Jacks end up going all the way back to regroup. Lossing gets it in deep. Carlson, Fuller, and Larson out there now. And this one's going to come out to center for Runnigan to play it.
Yeah, Bemidji doing a good job with their spacing here, Doug. When you're playing a team that that you match up evenly against, it's important not to bunch up and allow rushes. And Lumberjacks did a good job with their spacing here today.
Jaguars try to get it in deep here. They've got it in the corner. Now out to the point. Shot tipped up over top, hit the crossbar. That was one of those fly balls or pitching wedges. Jaguars breaking out here.
And not a lot of stoppages of play either.
Called good at the line. Jaguar going to try the spinorama. Blocked out front. Frank picks it up. She's off for a skate. Got Knutson. Frank is clear. Frank looking to shoot and scores! Frank's been looking for one of those for a while. Driving all the way up ice.
Yeah, and we just talked about, too, with not a lot of whistles. And what happened is for Bloomington Jefferson, they got caught on a long extended shift. And so when Kyla Frank saw the puck at center ice, able to get it, and she got just past those defensemen. So a little low, right? You got slow legs. You're on the back end of that shift. And that allowed Frank to have the advantage. She had some space between the circles as well. Really, the goaltender's on an island by herself. Kyla could have gone right or left. She goes left with the snapshot, the wrister, and she scores, puts Bemidji up 1-0.
George now trying to get on it. George shoots. That goes off. Looked like the upper chest of the goalie. Oh. Now out to Melcher, looks like. George might want to get those skates sharper. That's the second time she's blown a tire. Nice save by Byron. Well, we're getting the announcement, so the official scoring's Frank from George and Melcher. And meanwhile, Jaguars come up ice and get a great opportunity on the Jacks, and Byron comes up huge. So way to go, Byron.
Yeah, that was big, especially for Bloomington Jefferson, just giving up the goal, trying to get one back quickly, and your defense able to come up true and stop that.
Winkler on defense here with Runnigan. Winkler tried to get it up ice. That hit a Jaguar.
Oh,
Pemberton, Grand, Novak out there. Novak getting pestered by a couple. This one picked off by Grand. She tried to hit Novak, but now comes out to center. Runnigan tries to thread it over to Novak. That didn't work, and here come the Jaguars trying to split the defense. Nice job by Runnigan, twice strong on the stick. Jaguars throw it over to the dot. Shot, that goes in front of Byron. 9:28 and counting here. We're just in the first getting started. Frank with the first goal puts the Jacks up 1-0. Get that on the scoreboard for us. Jack center out front. And
Libby got her stick on that one to stop that centering pass.
And then I think one of the D was able to clear it. Grand trying to get it out of the zone here. Picked up by Novak. She's going off for a skate. Throws it in deep. She's off on a change. Lossing and Carlson out. And they did get back onside in time. Carlson feeling better here, playing, makes a quick move out front. Just lost the handle. She tries to get it up to Larson.
Good chip.
Nice job by Larson. She's usually got a little bit of speed. Just tie the speed there. Fuller's going to go in and help.
Yeah, good back check for the Jaguars.
And now the Jaguars come away with it. They're going to throw it cross ice. Lawson will be the first one to get it. She didn't quite get the stick on it. Here come the Jaguars. Byron with the save. House has the shots at 4 apiece here. Back out to center we go. Jaguars looking to attack. And back to Lossing. She's going to go around her own net with a spinorama. Takes out Fuller on her way out. Jaguars coming in. Save Byron.
Byron got tucked up on that near side post and just kind of collapsed everything. Didn't give a shooting lane up. And Bemidji's defense got a good job gobbling up that rebound and putting it back in the corner.
Jaguars getting some extended pressure time here. George picks it up. She's going to go in 1-on-2. She's got a couple helpers. Wongberg and Knutson out front, although Frank will be the first one there.
Bemidji was on a line change there. And so that centering pass, we just weren't in the zone yet.
Knutson and Wongberg along the near wall here. Uncle Tony doing a great job. Kept in by Winkler. Back to Knutson. Picked up by Wongberg. Wongberg takes a quick move. Takes out a Jaguar. Incidental contact. And the Jaguars try to stretch it out. Well played by Frank. This Jaguars in 1-on-5. Here come the helpers.
It's all fresh legs for them, though. So now it's important for Bemidji to get a stoppage here or be able to get this puck back out of the zone.
Wongberg's going to try the other way. She's going to throw it up ice, but it's going to be picked off by a Jaguar. Right out front. Byron directs it to the corner, or to the back wall.
This is where it gets tougher for Bemidji. Been on the ice for a long time.
Over to Wongberg. Wongberg threads the needle over to George. George trying to go around on the backhand. On the backhand, throws it on net.
Oh, my goodness.
Looks like the flipper got on it at the last minute.
She just about got that in 5-hole. She kept that on the ice on the backhand, and George did the previous rush as well, so she was a super long shift for George. Good job for her coming in on the odd man rush.
Here comes Frank. The goal scorer. Blocker save. Kept in by Novak over there.
Yeah, that last shot by George, that backhander, there was room between the 5-hole, but she just hit the inside of that leg pad, and the goaltender got lucky, and it popped back out rather than going in.
Winkler over along the wall. Frank gets a stick on it. Jefferson likes to cycle down low, I'm finding. Byron gets the save on it.
Yeah, but with
sticks the mitt down.
Defensively, with the spacing that Bemidji's been doing, has been a good job of just rotating their players, right? So Bloomington Jefferson, even if they get by one, by the time they get the puck back under control, there's another Lumberjack that's just right on them. And so really making it difficult to get an unobstructed view at the goaltender.
Face-off controlled by the Jaguars. From the slot right out front and a tying goal. Byron got the first one. Couldn't control the rebound. It pops out and easy toss it back in the net for the Jaguars.
Yeah, it came off that right leg pad, and then unfortunately it just bounced out directly left, kind of right opposite side of the goal from where Byron was. And then Bloomington Jefferson just right there on the spot. Number 25 for the Jaguars gets the goal. She did a good job of just being where she needed to be and then quickly getting a backhand and putting that back in the net.
They had been putting lots of pressure on the Jacks.
Just an unfortunate bounce for where that rebound went. They went to the perfect spot that they needed it.
Runnigan tries to throw it up ice. Picked off by Carlson. Fuller now has it. She's going to be 1-on-2. That one goes off a shin pad. Picked up by Carlson.
So Bemidji coming in there on that, getting the initial shot. Now the difference there is that rebound dropped right back down in front of the goaltender, and so she's able just to get that glove down and cover. And so sometimes, it's just the law of averages, just the luck of the pounce where that puck ends up going. Of course, you got to execute when you get in that position as well, and the Jaguars did a good job there.
Jaguars coming through center. Trying to get around Runnigan. Picked up by George. George now with some speed. Gets it, just knocked off her stick at the last minute.
Yeah, she just misfired on one of her stick handles.
Here comes Knutson, hits George. George going to pull up. George clear, shoots. Saved by the Jag goalie. Wonderful save.
Yeah, that's a shot or wrister that stays on the ground. Boy, that one, coming off the forehand, if you're able to elevate that one, you have a good chance at it. George going to be offsides on that one.
So 1-1's the score here. 3:27 left in the first. We've got a good one. Good back and forth.
Yeah, good
fairly
goalie.
Even.
Good goalies on both sides as well. So Jaguars goalie playing real well here. Moves laterally real well. Doesn't just go down early to cover things. So it's going to be tough to beat.
Pemberton, Grand, and Novak are your forwards. Frank and Winkler are your D. Jaguars driving in low. Right through the crease it goes. Frank's going to pick it up. She throws it up ice, trying to get it to Novak. That's going to be picked up by the goal scorer, 25 for the Jaguars. Pemberton now comes clear. She tries to hit Novak.
Oh.
And that's going to put Novak in the box, and the Jaguars on the power play.
Yeah, and it's really because she just brought down the player in front of her. So she got that arm across and that stick just trying to get to the puck. But the problem is you got a little bit too close, and as they got close to that boards, her stick poked backwards, and that pushed her arm into that player, ended up taking her down. And
they're going to call that almost every time.
Yeah, and that's where the penalty comes from.
So face off to the right of Byron here.
Yeah, and these two teams have been playing very evenly. So look for Bloomington Jefferson trying to just hold the offensive zone here now.
Frank with the backhand shovel pass. Icing isn't in game here, so George is going to be the first one there. He's got Wongberg out front. George still moving. George. Oh! What a hustle goal, short-handed by George.
You know, there are times in a game, Doug, where all I can do is just shake my head. And this is one of those. That puck gets thrown down the zone. Really, you're just clearing it, right? You're shorthanded. You're clearing that puck to throw it down there. But instead, George goes sprinting after the puck, and she starts to just create some offense. And then as she does that, she drags it out into the corner, looks back into the crease, and Bemidji had a forward in front of the crease. And so now you're giving multiple problem sets, even though you're shorthanded.
Great in that
George,
diversion.
She drags it across, creates some space, and then on that, we said you want to be able to lift it. She did there. She lifts it upper corner, gets it up and over that glove, and just a nice play by George. Nice play.
So Bemidji is still shorthanded here. Nice back check by Larson here. And good play by Lossing. Oh, Fuller just had her stick checked. Otherwise, she would have been off to the races. Lossing gets it forward a little bit. So, did you hear anything? I thought George shorthanded unassisted is all I could come up with.
I think it is going to be unassisted.
So, here come the Jaguars, picked off by Fuller and Larson. Larson gets it up and out of the zone. Too many players for Jaguars there. We got the penalty. Oh, that's right. It was Novak.
Yep.
They're shorthanded. My bad, everybody. I thought we were on the power play for a minute there.
Yeah, it was shorthanded that we got the goal.
So here come the Jaguars, trying to get through center, trying to get around Frank. Frank does a nice job poking it off her stick. That one's looking to center.
You know, but it's interesting you bring that up, Doug, because here, you know, being on the power play for Bloomington Jefferson have not been able to take advantage of it.
And Jaguars get a shot off right in the old breadbasket of Byron.
Mind you, they get the shot there, but on top of that, Bemidji did a great job on that penalty kill. You know, and I wonder if the Jaguars were just a bit surprised at the aggressiveness of Bemidji, you know, breaking out and just trying to control offensively, even though you're down a skater.
That's Maddie George for you. She has always been aggressive. 2 seconds left here on the penalty to Novak. Tipped right in the glove of Byron.
Good vision. Yeah, you got to be ready for that because that can catch you off guard. That chip changes directions just right in front of you, only about 3 feet away.
So back to 5-on-5 hockey here. That one out front. Nice job by the defense. Here comes Pemberton along with Grand. Pemberton gets to the offensive zone, trying to drive the net. Grand now has it. Leaves it for Runnigan. Runnigan tried to get it in deep. And now it does come out here to center. It's going to be Winkler to pick it up. She backhands it over to Runnigan. Runnigan's going to see a little green space. Tried to get it over to Grand. Grand had looked the other way. Here comes a goal scorer for the Jaguars. She's going to chuck it in deep. And that's going to wrap up the first period. So goals by Frank and George have the Jacks up 2-1. We got a quick 1 or 2 minute intermission here. We'll get a resurface after the second.
Looks like they're going now.
Or now. All right, we're going to get a 15-minute intermission here. So now's a good time to go get those lunch, snacks, and beverages, everybody. We'll get you the Zamboni views here.
Yeah. Just break it down that first period. The question was going to be, you know, is just how competitive these two teams would be against each other. Bemidji came out a little flat-footed yesterday, but not the case today. So they came in, and really, I think you would agree, Doug, that it was just very evenly matched, you know, throughout most of the period. You look at shots on goal, it's pretty near each other. You know, the biggest difference being the shorthanded goal for Bemidji, but goodness, you know, Bloomington Jefferson has thrown a lot of pucks on net as well. Libby Byron coming up
Quality
big.
shots.
Yeah.
There weren't any fluff daddies.
I think Bemidji's just playing really good defense, playing really good offense, just really sound hockey. You know, we talked about the spacing in it, and their spacing is great. Their passes are good, being able to receive those. They just look like they came out today in this first period and were just really skating well and playing on.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Quality shots both ways. Both goalies playing well.
Thank you. I'm good. Yeah. So we'll take a timeout for the Zamboni, and then we'll be back for second period coverage.
All right, Jack fans, we are about ready to go here. Jacks are coming out on the ice. Referee's out.
Want to make an entrance. Bloomington Jefferson has been on the bench here for a couple of minutes. You know, was just talking about when these girls were 12U and 10U, just how historically slow out of the locker room they were
right.
Coming out of the intermissions. You know, they have to bang that buzzer, a couple of times sometimes. They give them a couple more minutes now. They're used to as soon as the Zamboni's done popping out here. In this tournament, it is longer than normal.
Yeah, and the guys, they waited just a minute here today, so the ice is freezing up a bit better.
Yeah. But Bloomington Jefferson, I think they were just going on their kind of normal schedule because they were out and just sitting on the bench and waiting.
So, TJ, I see Lossing out there again. She might do 2 and 2.
She may, or they may have just
3.
asked to brought her down just with losing Issa.
That might be, and she'll play one up.
Yep. To be available to help out for one on the varsity. Yeah.
So I also saw Griner down for this one. So Emma Griner down to have some fun on the JV side. All right, the Jacks have now switched ends. Byron's to our left. Jacks are going left to right on your TV. Ref is checking with both goalies. Jaguars going right to left. Carlson on the draw. Larson, Fuller, Winkler, and Frank here. Face-off controlled here by the Jaguars. Back to Winkler. She tried to get it up to Larson, Fuller. Jaguars behind their own net here. TJ, do me a favor, handle that camera for a minute.
Okay.
Tony, I got to redo your camera here.
Lumberjacks at center ice. Enter the zone here, right-hand circle. And drop back pass. That goes to Fuller. She gets tied up, though, just in front of the blue line. Jefferson able to clear it back out of the zone, and that's going to be icing. So that'll bring the face-off back into the Bemidji, or into the Bloomington Jefferson zone. Lumberjacks go back on offense here. Early on in this second period, Lumberjacks up 2-1, being outshot 13-9. Pretty evenly matched, evenly played first period. Lumberjacks get an even strength goal. Bloomington Jefferson ties it, and then Bemidji came back with a shorthanded goal. Jefferson back into the offensive zone, 3 across, 2 defense in front. And Lumberjacks able to tie that back up and clear it back out to center ice. That's Griner. Wants to chase in the offensive zone, but the puck got a little bit too far in front. Griner will chase it down into the corner. Puck goes back behind the Jaguars net and off into that far side corner, picked up by Bloomington Jefferson and out of the zone. Evenly matched across in the offensive zone. Shot deflects off a Lumberjack leg. Off the boards of the far side hash mark. Jefferson, another shot. That gets deflected by traffic in front. It doesn't make it through the circles. Jaguars, though, first one to the puck, back behind the Bemidji net. Out to the point. Shot once more. Deflected in front, and that one goes just wide. That one went off a skate in the slot. Another shot from the near side point. Another save. Rebound gets loose. Front of the crease. Big scrum in front of the net. Puck still loose. Now Byron dives for it. Able to hold on and cover. 12:36. Have to go in this period. Boy, good job defensively.
All right, you're good now. Thank you, sir. Tony, you got the camera again.
Just had to do some camera work here, but Bemidji on defense there. Boy, Bloomington Jefferson had a couple of second and third opportunities, but Byron finally got to the puck and was able to cover. A couple of minutes in here in the second period. Lumberjacks lead at 2-1. Out of their own zone, it's Frank. Outlet pass, kicks up front, goes off a skate, goes on net, gets played off into the corner. Jaguars back out of the zone once more, but they get tied up at center ice. Chipped back and right onto a Jaguar stick. At the red line, dumped in. She'll go off for a change. It caroms off the boards, kind of weird. Comes directly back out towards the goaltender, Byron. And she'll dive down, she covers. Stops time at 12:06. Face-off will come to the glove side here of Byron. Gets loose out to the point. Chipped away by Bemidji. Does get cleared out of the zone, out to center ice. And here's Larson into the zone, near side circle. Shot! That one comes up high. Goaltender able to block it with a body. Dumps it off far side boards. Melcher dumps it back deep again. Larson back behind the net. Off into the corner. Far side circle. Jefferson has a little space. Takes her time coming out. Gets it out to center ice. Jaguars back into the zone to the near side hash mark. Holds at the corner. Frank is in there to poke. Larson will hold at the hash mark. Puck gets loose. And now it comes out to Larson. That's going to be a penalty. That might be on Bloomington Jefferson. It is. Jaguars are going to go down a man. It's going to be a slashing call. Saw a Lumberjack stick go flying. And that's because Bloomington Jefferson gets called for the slash. Lumberjacks will go on the power play. Now, the last power play we had was for Bloomington Jefferson. And Bemidji ended up scoring short-handed on that one. That's what got us to this 2-1 score. Now Bemidji will go on the power play. They'll get an offensive zone face-off here. They'll throw up 2 minutes on the penalty. 11:24 left to go in the second. Face-off in the offensive zone. Tied up. They get it over to Larson. Can't hold it. Comes back out to the point. Jaguars trying to clear. Now they do. Here's out to center. Here's a one-on-one rush. Jaguars into the zone at the circle. Frank is there defensively. Get the centering pass off the post. Oh, he got by Byron. You know, she likes to thank those bars in between periods. She'll definitely be doing it after this rush. There she is. You see Byron, she just slapped the post. Said,